Hi there, muses. Welcome back to my channel, and hi, hello, welcome if this is your first time finding me on the YouTubes and the interwebs. My name is Tyler, also known as T-Mann Tarot, your favorite tarot deck connoisseur on the interwebs, your tarot deck professional, here to give you a review of tarot decks, oracle decks, everything metaphysical, so that you can decide whether or not it's worth your hard-earned money before you decide to purchase it. Today, we are going to be talking about a deck that is not new to the market, but is new to me, the Ink and Intuition Tattoo Tarot Mini. But before we dive into this deck review, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment, turn on that notification bell so you don't miss another YouTube video. And yeah, let me know in the comments below what decks might you be interested in reviewing, but let us change our camera angles and dive on into Ink and Intuition Tattoo Tarot. All right, so we have changed our camera angles and we are in full view of the Ink and Intuition Tarot. So it is a mini tarot deck, and again, this is not new to the market, but it is new to me. So let's first talk about the little box that it comes in. Beautiful box, little hinge moment here with a beautiful red pull string tab here to get the cards out of the box. I picked this up in New York City from the Strand Bookshop, so you might be able to find it at other bookstores. A tarot deck by tattoo artist Oliver Moodin with a fold-out guidebook of all 78 cards. It retailed for $12.99 US. Yeah, I've been on the hunt to find myself a Marseille-style tarot deck, and I felt that this might be a great option, as the Medieval Feathers Tarot just wasn't hitting it for me. It's a beautiful deck, but it's just not the one for me. It comes with this beautiful little trifold paper, try not to set it on fire, for us to kind of like dive into. It says, tarot cards have historically had a variety of use. Today, people use them primarily for seeking answers to questions on a quest for divine guidance or inspiration. Readers can experience the card's answers by given in an uncanny way, revealing something hidden or recognizable in situations or thought processes, with secrets bubbling up from the deep realms of the unconscious and experience. Stylistic elements of tattoo inking are all represented in tattoo tarot through beautiful and iconic symbols like the heart, arrow, rose, diamond, snake, and key. Beginners and more established readers work with these symbols, crossing over to modern tarot territory. And I have played with this in a couple of readings, and what did catch my attention is that there are some things that I'm also currently using in my practice that felt like it was a perfect match for me. You have keywords for all of the majors. Let's do our good old faithful here. The lovers. Love, attraction, virtue, compatibility, harmony, triumph over trials, and choice. There we go. We finally got to it. Again, these are quick and easy kind of hits for us. Again, it is an intuitive tarot deck, but if you know this might be a great beginner for you or a way to elevate your tarot deck or your tarot collection or readings. We go into the ideas of what the suits are in the minor arcana, talking about how, you know, what elements are, what they're connected to, what their kind of just overarching themes are here down in the bottom. And then we go into the numerology of ace 2, right? Ace is beginnings, 2 is partnerships, 3 is, I like to say, expansion, right? 4 is stability, 5 is lessons or struggle, 6 is regrouping or victory, 7 is revision or review, clarification, 8 is determination, efforts, cutting loose, clarifying, 9s are holding the fort, 10s are completion, and then we go into the court cards. But then we go into each individual suit with their own kind of description here. We don't have any sort of depiction or deeper understanding of like what the elements are that they choose in the card. So you might have to do your own little bit of research. But it does say, for further information, extended card definitions and layout spreads can be found in the Tattoo Tarot Journal and the Tattoo Coloring Book. So things to also check out. The deck will be linked below with the most available place to purchase it. But let's kind of do a little flip through. I am going to maybe adjust our angle a little. Does that look good? Yeah, I think that looks good. Figuring out camera angles is so much fun, friends. If content creation is what you're trying to get into, understand angles are going to be a big pain in the butt. All right. So I just love the tattoo style imagery here and some fun things to like play off of. The details in the background for me, those are kind of what really, like, we have the 4 of Cups crying, but the 5 of Cups is crying into a cup, right? It's kind of an interesting way to play on the cards here. The cups are pretty straightforward. I do love, right, the 7 of Cups. We still have, it looks like there are some details in it, but that we still have the idea of the clouds. So there is a play here in the cards that can be connected to the Rider-Waite-Smith imagery. If that's what you're used to, you can find connections here. I love the kind of almost like a peace symbol, like emotional peace here in the 10 of Cups. Then we have the court cards, and the court cards, still king, queen, knight, but instead of page, it's knave. Beautiful artwork. I love that, like, some of the courts, they have tattoos on them, and still kind of playing in that, like, the king has the crown tattooed in his head. Playing with some of the iconic symbolisms. I also loved that, you know, the one thing that always tripped me up with Marseille was that not always the wands and the swords usually looked too similar, so I couldn't tell. And I love that this deck has the wands looking like wands and the swords looking like swords, right? It's a beautiful kind of attachment here. Like the 6 of Wands having that laurel wreath here pulls into that celebration, and the wreath that you see on the 6 of Wands in the Marseille, the 8 of Wands kind of having this bullseye in the background is a lovely touch here. That 10 of Wands looks just stressful. Love that kind of like playing with the knave or the page being a messenger. He has like an envelope tattooed on his hand. So like bringing the message from, well, now because the Marseille, justice and strength are switched. So it's less of a message from justice, right? If we use the RWS order, but the Marseille order has strength as 11 and justice as card 8. in their system. But the tattoos, there are other things, you know, there are meanings kind of to them. So they play in like the knight having the ship, the queen having a like heart with a banner, the king of wands having a diamond, right? Again, I would maybe love to dive into the journal here to kind of see deeper what it is. Now, the swords are a lot of fun, and swords have always been a challenging suit for me, but I do enjoy as you go deeper into the swords, right? Starting with the 4 here, right? The 4 of swords, playing with this idea of the flower of a high priestess, right? And the simplicity in making your choices. The 5 looks like it has almost like the 3 of swords heart with the 2 of swords decisions. That's fun. 6 of swords still looks like a boat, so emphasizing that journey. 7 of swords is the opposite of like the imagery. It also looks like a sun in the 6 of swords and like a heart in the 7. So like not doing things that are true to your heart here, right? We're trying to get away with things. 8, 9, that kind of to me looks like a shut eye, right? So playing with that like sleep deprived, still having that lower sword being in the bottom, emphasizing like all in one, right? Playing with that RWS. Snake on the hand, eye on the neck, big arm sleeve tattoo. Now, the pentacles are what really got me because what they put into the pentacles are really fun. So balance, I'm not sure what this symbol is, but like the 2 of coins having balance. 3 of coins having the masonry symbol, right? Working together to build something. 4 of coins has runic symbols. All of these 3 are runic symbols, all having to do with different monetary wealth, possessions, or the idea of this, you know, divinatory idea of wealth, right? This is Feu, which is the rune for like wealth or the things that you move, cattle, the things that you move. Othro, I think this is, which is like your possessions, right? The things that are of value, tangible value to you, and things that you pass down lineally. And then I just discovered this one, but it is that divinatory, right? If you were to do like spell work, this might be something that you would use. And then like we all know what a diamond is, right? We all know the values of diamonds. I love that the 5 of coins has put the wealth symbol reversed, talking about this being a stubbed kind of toe energy here. 6 of coins, this letter exchange, talking about the even exchange of energy. Which direction are we going with the 7? There's the anvil and a light bulb. The ideas of work, right? What are we thinking about? 9, there's this rose. I'm not necessarily sure. This kind of... Yeah, there's not really any recognizable symbols except for the rose or the flower here. And then different labyrinths. That is a Celtic knot of some sort. I don't know it off the top of my head. And then we go into the court cards. Oh, it's a little peacock. I wondered what that was. And then our good old majors. Again, friends, a closer inspection of all of these are going to be at the end. This is just a fun little flip through of what these all look like. Yes, we have a very romantic lovers card. Not my favorite, but I know what the lovers card means, and that's really all that matters. This is my favorite. This is my favorite depiction of a death card. I have to admit, this kind of slow and steady change here is just more impactful to me, and really emphasizes the idea of harvest and not the idea of like the RWS one is beautiful. I love the flower that's on the card. But I just the skeleton idea, this is just kind of this hits more home to me than anything else. Love this version of the devil. The tower. We have the twins on the children in the sun card. But yeah, this is a beautiful deck. I've used it a couple of times. Let's talk about the card stock themselves here. It does lead to, whoa, yellowed. Focus here. It does lead to uprights and inversions here. This is my good old faithful Fyodor Pavlov tarot. We can see the size difference here. The Radiant Wise tarot, which is almost a pretty standard size. And then standard playing card size. And then this is another mini here, right? So we can see that this is even smaller than your standard mini size, right? The size is even smaller than this one. This now explains to me why I'm not wanting to shuffle this one the way that I do all of my other cards. As you can see, my holographic mini tarot deck, which I've actually replaced from my bag. This was my bag tarot. The tattoo one is now my bag tarot. You can see the crease here, right? Because these cards I was doing the bridge shuffle, but these mini cards will crease so easy when you bend them. You can do the riffle shuffle here. Ooh. But I don't want to bend these. So I haven't been doing the bridge. It can be done, but I don't want to give it that crease, because I know that those minis crease really easily. So, right, you can already kind of see the bend there. So I've been doing this kind of like, hey, when we're in a session, we're going to talk, and then the cards that fall out, those are the cards that we talk about, right? Or if I get jumpers, right? If I get cards that kind of jump out of the deck, like that. So that's how I have been using the cards here in doing readings. But again, you could shuffle them with that bridge. I'm just not going to bend it. I'm going to like squish them together. There is a larger size of this deck that is out there. I just don't have it, but if I really love using and working with this one, I may get the larger deck, but we shall see. Friends, let me know in the comments below. What do you think of this deck? Would you buy this deck? And a closer inspection of the Ink and Intuition Tattoo Tarot is coming up right now, friends.